Yeah, he's funny, dude. Tom Rogers. He's like another version of Cliff. He looks like a try-hard gamer.
In the sense that you present the same problem twice, you'll get the same answer. Whereas if you present
oh yeah, Chad starts Monday. That's what I'm saying. We need to have a district meeting, not just them there.
And I think we should do that wherever we can. And where we come to,
I hate that skin so much.
I think the implication is that we should try to structure the judgment process just to make it more reliable. I'll give you an example where this really matters. They get the judge at random, and in some cases they have an 80% chance of getting through, and in other cases 15. That's
oh, I'm banning. I see. Franus. Loki does not get picked in Joust. Shouldn't be.
And I don't know whether you think of it as bias or think about it as noise, but either way, it leads to flawed outcomes, and you came up with a technique that would address it.
Yeah, I did come up with a technique that was more than 62 years ago, actually. I was an officer in the Israeli army. It was 1954, the Israeli army was very young, but 1956, I think. And I set up an interview system which isn't template for a lot of what is going on.
I can understand for real. Oh my god, man, this bullshit again. I don't care how good you are. If those stats don't match up to a good strategy, big guy. Okay. Let's see. Oh, what that bastard camp tower.
The results are just better when you do things that way. And I think that's probably very true.
The beauty of being a support main.
It's a way of reducing and it's not very costly.
Okay, I like that, I like that, I like that.
So of course the idea, if I understand correctly, is you score people on different criteria, give them a ranking so that you're evaluating them. But there's also an interesting piece of advice, which I understand they still offer in the Israeli army when you're doing these evaluations, a final piece of advice after you've done the calculations. What is that advice?
Yeah, well, so I set up that interview system when I was 22 years old.
Bring me all sick and wounded.
The interviewers who were 19 years old.
Hades. Hades. Hades.
What they really wanted was to have conversation.
Execute the dead god EX version 606. Hades. Hades.
And they had a plan. And then I told them, okay, you know, I'm not always. You do it my way, the interview. You run the whole interview first, and you generate those scores independently, find base, and so on. Don't think of anything until the end. And in the end, close your eyes and give a score. Now, much to my surprise, it's quite good. And the kicker in that story was that about 50 years later or so, I got a Nobel Prize. So for a short time, I was a celebrity in Israel. And they took me to the army, to my old base. And they explained how they were doing the interview because they were still using that system.
It's gonna be an AOE hunter, guaranteed. Probably be like Cupid, Medusa, some dumb shit like that.
So what I love about that, it's not so much intuition versus intuition gets better. And of course, if you don't do the detailed analysis, you still have an intuition that feels very powerful, and your ignorance is sort of papered over by this tendency of the mind.
You know, intuition is compelling as such.
Gotta say, what hunter he's gonna fly? Are you looking at Holy or Cupid? Shotty's pretty annoying too. Probably pick Holy or Cupid. Oh, that's an L, man.
This situation was right. That's by the way of attack. It's been studied that way in interviews. People form impressions in the first minute or two, and they spend the rest of the time testing that they're right.
So this was clearly an example of how you came up with.
Gee, that's still some AOE bullshit.
On many other fronts, it seems like the biases, errors that you discover, even yourself, you say that you don't necessarily, you're not the master of those biases, understanding them for one and a half century.
Yeah, I mean, even myself, I mean, I'm one of the worst offenders of many of these mistakes. You know, I'm overconfident and I really preach against that, and I make extreme predictions and I preach against that. But, you know, some people the hope that reading it will improve their minds. I wrote it, but it didn't improve my mind. So it's not those things are, you know, they're
I've never seen these scrubs before.
Danny, yesterday was your 84th birthday. Happy birthday. You studied a great number of different things over the years, and you tell me that one of the things that you're
Land of Green.
is the subject of misery. Much more than happiness, you're fascinated by misery. Now, of course, I can just put this down to the pessimism that clearly you've demonstrated for a long time, but you actually say you can draw more specific conclusions and takeaways from studying misery than from studying
Cheers, everyone. I'm sure you're crazy experts can't wait to agree with me. My entire life. Good luck.
That's like Kratos.
Follow me to the
You've been a wonderful sport, Danny, and I'm really grateful for you for coming down, and I'm almost a little shamefaced about doing what I'm about to do right now, which is I'm wondering if you feel that it's really appropriate to end with that. So on the count of three, happy birthday.
I ended up finding a soulmate, but she was just so persevering.
just okay. More information is at .org. Good morning, it's 9:43 WFPL News Needham. I'm Jill Fox. Support this morning comes from our contributing listeners and from the Art Museum's exhibition on my way. 72 rare masterworks from the Saturn Wars, Art Met History.
Hades does not make
Looked upon as superheroes. On loan from the
Just
Astronaut Museum.
I have the
More at the museum.
Does this room make you?
6.3 WFPL Louisville. WFPL.org.
My entire
From NPR and WBEZ Chicago, this is Wait, Don't Tell Me, the NPR News Quiz.
I ended up finding the soulmate, but she was just herself.
Show, but there are only about 7 million.
Right back.
Yes.
On my way.
Ultimate is ready. Yes.
From NPR News in Washington, I'm Barbara Fine.
I'm going to jump
Francis is in Ireland on the first papal visit there. It is official welcome earlier today. Irish Prime Minister Leo Varadkar publicly urged the Pope to
Ultimate is ready. Yes.
Survivors.
And I ultimate down. Decisions everyone. On my way.
Yay! Okay.
The Democratic National Committee is considering changes to the way it nominates presidential candidates. NPR's Don Gagne reports from Chicago, where the DNC is wrapping up its summer meeting.
It's a rules change designed to create more enthusiasm. Leaders and other elected officials who've always been able to
Hades does not make I have the juice ready. Hey, the fastest moving. And I will allow
Earlier this month, the celebrity billionaire said in a tweet that he had secured funding to take the company private. He said he wanted to avoid pressures of short sellers and swings on the stock market. But Musk's tweet brought
Right back.
from the Securities and Exchange Commission, which is reportedly investigating its accuracy.
Ultimate is ready, but she was just so herself.
The carmaker has struggled in the past to meet production goals and has never reported
Good stuff. Say hi to evil local hell on the way down. My entire just so perseverating. Okay. On my way. Hades does not leave. I have jokes for days.
A Kentucky State Police trooper and Smith responding to a
Does this road make me
driver.
look bad?
And Williams was shot at the end of the chase. Authorities later said the driver drove toward police. There is no video of the incident. Williams is recovering. His attorney says Williams' family is considering possible civil action. Authorities say Smith will now face a civil investigation. Kentucky officials say unemployment rates fell in
'I'm sure crazy X-Men can't wait to be a party in the underhanded. She was just so perseverating.
Forecast today, 30% chance of some scattered showers today. Partly sunny. We'll have a high near 86 today, low of around 72. 20% chance of some showers tomorrow.
On my way. The middle enemy. Yes.
Sunny skies. Again with a high near 91 degrees. It's 78 right now in Louisville. I'm Jill Bobs, WFW.
We have
Right back.
okay. I've been sold my entire
Well, don't tell me. The NPR News Quiz. I'm legendary anchorman Bill Curtis. And here's your host at the Chase Bank Auditorium in Chicago, Peter Siegel. Thank you, Bill. Thank you so much, everybody. leading to generations of latchkey eggs.
What's the value of knowing that birds divorce?
Well, what they're trying to do is they're trying to ascertain what mating happens with birds. And what they have discovered is mating.
Right back.
Business isn't up there. Okay. What's the purpose of advancing?
Well, why do you want to know the mating habits?
Don't ask, don't tell is what I say.
Leave them alone.
Hades does not make just I have something pretty good right now.
No, what do we used to think?
We used to think that birds made it for life, like swans.
I never thought that.
You seek out the weaker souls over here.
The length of a bird's relationship. Any kind at all, frankly. Then how do you tell and every day for a long time. Meet on a rearview mirror. Because it would see itself and go, you know, try to make out. It's not a bright animal. Every bird wants me.
Stealth and build stacks, interesting.
The science journal Nature
How do this?
I think I read this. I think it was at Intercourse. Scientists like placoderms, that's a now extinct fish, and they found what they believe to be fossilized evidence that those ancient fish
On my way.
Prior to this discovery, most researchers believed copulation began sometime around 1964. On or around the release of the first Rolling Stones record. Two things. First of all, they found that complicated
Let's see what
never happened before. So, and this week we learned about a North Carolina couple headed to
ready.
They're headed there because they want their baby delivered by what?
Okay.
I did see this. They want the baby delivered by dolphin. That's correct. It's dolphin-assisted child. Taking my crazy.
On my board team is treasury. And I will allow it to think of the most horrible and multiply by 6. We have deserves this. Okay.
Don't drop the duck, I said.
We have it.
All you gotta do is hold on to the...
Ultimate is down. Enemy ultimate down.
Okay.
The Seattle man robbed the store while his girlfriend and her duck.
Employees
On my way. Ultimate is ready.
23 states now legalized.
Ultimate is ready.
Nevada would like to go a step further. The state is now considering a bill that would legalize medical cannabis for what? Throwing sticks, you just never get back. After they discovered that their earlier plan failed, those girls were storing the risk control programs together.
This guy's lagging his nutsack off.
No, this is California. I don't do that. Anyway, for California, if you could catch a squirrel and hold it to the California, they did this girl family planning. They didn't California.
And a talking to.
Yeah, I'm talking to.
A very
You seek out the weaker souls only.
Pamphlet entitled Straight Talk About Nuts.
Enemy missing right. Way to let a buddy down. Retreat. On my way. Follow me to the unknown.
Kevin Fitzgerald. I'll be back in a minute. Later today on This American Life.
Good. I hated them.
Bored with fireworks, or it's a metaphor in and of itself. You know what
Make sure to stop. Say hi to each level of hell on the way down.
Support today comes from our listener celebrating the music. Later Saturday and Sunday featuring the little bands, the little Factory and Tony and the Tanners, with a further
He's not gonna be able to catch me if he
Retreat! Group up!
Okay. And I will allow you to penniless death. I Loading. Ready. Your middle tower is under attack.
Support for FPR comes from
Enemy has been slain.
approach to helping clients grow, preserve,
Sorry.
and manage their wealth. Brokering services,
Your team has destroyed a middle enemy base.
That guy was lagging so bad he couldn't win. That sucks. That's crazy. He lost because he had bad internet. He shouldn't have been playing rank. That's on him. That sucks.
That lizards do indeed have one. Conscience. They feel bad about being lizard.
No, I have a bearded dragon lizard, and every time she eats a cricket, she gets this kind of funny look on her face. Like it was, it was yummy, but on the other hand,
Well, I mean, it's sort of like now if your friend has set you up with a lizard, they can assure you that the lizard has everything extra. Yes, lizards.
I didn't even know that was in question. I love my bearded dragon lizard.
Well, most people do not believe lizards have much of a personality.
It's absolutely not true. My lizard listens to the show, and every time Roy does a poem, he says, "Turn it up."
So you know.
Oh, I didn't know. I never suspected that they didn't.
Well,
Who said they didn't?
most people have thought that they were pretty much all alike, but herpetologists have discovered that lizards actually have distinct personality types, variations within lizards. So they determined that some lizards are naturally warm and bubbly, they like hanging out with their friends. Other lizards are quiet loners who keep themselves.
Well, that lunatic didn't think that was true. What do you think there was only one Godzilla?
Don't brag.
No, it's supposed to be a monitor lizard. You want one?
Yeah, I'm watching you.
So good. It's just out in the hall.
Clipboard.
Yeah,
It's supposed to be a gecko.
How much I get from that? 15 TP. If I got 15 TP from that, so I need to do like 8 matches to rank up. I can probably get diamond. Who's on diamond? Sandy Man and Ashley.
No wonder your lizard had personality issues. If Roy went further, not only does it have personality, it has a personality disorder. That's right. When we talk about animals in this show, we have to talk about the greatest veterinarian ever who appeared on our show in August of 2007.
Before he became a large animal vet and star of his own reality show, Kevin Fitzgerald was a roadie for the Rolling Stones. Peter asked how Keith Richards helped set him on his life's path.
Well, Keith was in charge of the bouncers, so at the end of the tour, he'd take care of it, and he'd say, okay, pay it, whatever was happening. At the end of the 78 tour, he said, man, you've been with us 69, 72, 75, 78. Why don't you do something, this isn't going to last forever, They knew that the public was fickle.
He was so wrong about that, it turns out.
They never knew that still, and he goes, you can't be bouncing when you're 50, why don't I help you? Go to school, do something, get a grip, So I flew back to Denver, and my brother picked me up at the airport, and I said, man, Keith told me I should get a grip on my life.
He took that seriously.
Well, he's the hippest cat in the world. When he said something, you listen.
Sure, absolutely.
So, and he's so nice, and he was right. So he helped me, and here I am, So.
There you are. Well, let me ask this. You were a rock and roll bouncer for a long time. That's essentially the guy who protects the band from the rowdy fans, in essence, right?
Yeah, the people would come over the top and you'd thump heads,
Oh, yeah. You thumped a lot of heads in your time?
No. The good thing was if you could talk to him and say, look, man, you're going to have breakfast on the county. 99 out of 100 times you talk to him, you say, go back, be good. Don't be naughty.
Yeah. You'd actually say that in the middle of a rock and roll concert, some guy, drunk or high on whatever, starts rushing the stage, and you say, don't be naughty. And they're like, okay. Because I have a 7-year-old daughter, she doesn't go for that. She just keeps going.
It's a good story now.
Okay.
That's the way I'd like to read it.
All right, I see. But that's interesting enough. You did that for a long time, and then you went into veterinary medicine. Was it like, all right, finally, I want to deal with real animals? Or what was the connection? How did you make that transition?
Well, I always liked science and liked animals and liked people. I think to be a good veterinarian, you have to like people. And so it's been a great thing for me. The music was great for teaching about, human nature, but I couldn't do any instruments or play anything. I like to sing. I'd rather sing than eat, but most people would rather hear me eat.
So you were a frustrated musician yourself?
Well, no, but that way you got to be a little boy from Denver, get to travel with bands or Bill Graham and Barry Fay, see the world, It was great.
Yeah, sure, I understand. Wow. And when you're working with animals, because of course, as people have seen on your various Animal Planet specials, including Emergency Room Vet.
Emergency Vets, yeah.
Emergency Vets. I mean, you've dealt with some exotic animals, and in trouble. Did dealing with crazed rock stars train you for that? I mean, were you like, hey, I helped Ozzy Osbourne down from a bad trip. I can deal with this piranha or whatever it is.
I worked for the Grateful Dead. What can happen in here?
So, and in fact, as we've seen on television, but even other things, working here at a veterinary hospital near Denver, you've dealt with some pretty bizarre animals. I mean, not just your dogs and cats, but a lot of exotic creatures.
Well, sadly, for better or worse, the animals go in fads. Last year, hedgehogs and, sugar gliders. 10 years ago, pot-bellied pigs, and right now it's spiders.
Spiders?
Wait, last year was hedgehogs?
Yeah, they just legalized wallabies here in Colorado for pet stores.
No.
So, I didn't know it happened. On Christmas Day, I always work Christmas and let the married people be with their families, and then I get St. Patrick's Day off.
There you go.
And then a little wallaby got out of his house, and he saw
on Christmas.
Yeah, the dogs were chasing it.
All right, stop for a second. Until this very moment, I thought a wallaby was a kind of shoe. So you need to help me out. A wallaby is what exactly?
A shoe.
It is a shoe, but if a dog's chasing it, can go fast.
So this little wallaby, he's a little kind of a kangaroo, a smaller one, and he gets out in Capitol Hill in Denver, and he's running down the street, and 2 dogs start chasing him and mauling him, and this policeman that I take care of his dog, he sees the little thing, and he didn't know what it was. He was so sweet and innocent. Somebody wants to save it and help it, so he takes his jacket off and shoos into the back of the squad car and brings it to me. So he's walking up the walk, and I say, hey, John, is your schnauzer sick? And he goes, no, I think I got a mutant rabbit.
Really, I got to tell you, because I think I saw one of those, and I didn't know if I had just been inhaling the Boulder air too much.
They shouldn't sell. So like right now, they're selling these giant spiders, hobo spiders, wolf spiders, giant tarantulas. And this guy, being veterinarians, we're not supposed to be afraid of any animals, and I'm afraid of spiders. They creep you out the way they move. They got hair and saliva. That's wrong. A bug shouldn't have hair on it.
Yeah, I know.
So So this guy comes and he's got this plastic shoebox and this giant spider. He goes, be really careful. It got out a year ago. He bit my room in the face and he had to have his head drained. And I was like, oh. I was like, get a phone book, you know. But that's not a practice builder dropping a phone book on your page. Even I know that. Yeah.
That's when you gotta call your cop friend back.
Yeah. So I read where it takes 1 second to be nice and 2 seconds to be mean, so we should be nice to each other. So I said, well, sir, what's wrong with him? He goes, well, he's just not himself. Not his perky spider self. Called in late for work. No, he hasn't eaten in several weeks, and yesterday his leg fell off. I'm trying to think of something learned to tell this guy and get him out of there, right? So I said, you know, it's been my experience, sir, when the leg falls off, they're obviously ill. Sounded good, right? I remembered that the Museum of Natural History in City Park has old Dr. Licht over there, the spider expert. I said, go see Dr. Licht, he's going to help. About an hour later, the phone rings, it's Licht. He goes, Dr. Fitzgerald, Dr. Licht. I go, hey. He goes, she sent Mr. Montgomery over here with this big-ass spider. Yeah, he goes, did you tell him in your opinion when the leg fell off, they're obviously ill? You would have taken time to examine him, you'd see he was in fact dead.
And let that counsel be going. That's right there in the street.
Do you yourself have animals? Do you have pets?
I'm between pets right now. I'm waiting for it to go.
Really? You're just not ready to settle down. You're like,
yeah, you know, the commitment.
Right.
No.
I can get you a handcuffed wallaby. It's got a record, but...
Well, Kevin Fitzgerald, we're delighted to have you with us today. We have asked you here to play a game we're calling...
Now hold still while I inject this bovine steroid into your buttocks.
Actually, that strikes me that could be something you know something about, but... Now that Barry Bonds is the all-time home run champion, we thought it'd be a good time to ask you 3 questions taken from the book about his good friends at Balco. That's the Bay Area Laboratory Cooperative. The guys who Bonds swears did not really give him steroids, at least not that he knew about. We have 3 questions about Balco from the book Game of Shadows. Answer 2 correctly, you'll win a chance for one of our listeners to win our prize, namely to have Carl's voice injected directly into their buttocks. That's Carl's secret. That's how he achieves that deep resonant tone. That's your secret.
You had to tell.
Yeah. Also, of course, his voice on your home answering machine. Carl, who is Kevin Fitzgerald playing for?
Peter, Kevin is playing for Charlie and Regina Bruce of Denver, Colorado.
Now, Barry got his alleged supplements from a man named Victor Conte, head of Balco. But before he became the so-called steroid Svengali, he had moderate success as which of the following? A street caricature artist known as Vincent Van Picasso down on San Francisco's Fisherman's Wharf. B, a rock bass player in the Bay Area funk band Tower of Power. Or C, a used car salesman twice named the Northern California Salesman of the Year.
I think he was in Tower of Power.
You think he was?
I did a thing with Little Feet in the Tower of Power horn section with that. I think the guy played for Tower of Power.
You're right, he did. Very good. This may be the first time in the history of this game that anyone used actual knowledge to answer a question correctly. All right. Next question. Not everyone thinks that Conte is a villain. In fact, one associate once publicly compared his work supplying allegedly illegal steroids to various athletes to the work of whom? A, physicist Stephen Hawking. B, nun and soon-to-be Saint Mother Teresa. Or C, former Surgeon General C. Everett Koop.
Mother Teresa.
You're exactly right. Did you know that? Because you were like, oh, that's what it is. Did you know that?
No, but she's so nice.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, according to the book Game
of shadows. This flattery came from Balco's, quote, medical doctor, a guy named Dr. Brian Goldman, who, yes, did in fact work alongside Mother Teresa for a year. But one thing you should know, he reportedly did not get along with her. So that might have been a more biting comparison than you might think.
People don't realize she was not as nice as people think.
No.
She spoke highly of you.
Well, I'll tell you something. I don't know, if you're working with Mother Teresa and you can't get along with her, I just think you have some workplace issues.
Last question. After giving up on his music career, of course, Conti decided to become an amateur nutritionist. He founded Balco, selling supplements to athletes, professional and amateur. Which of these was one of Conti's early products? A, Zap Your Zits with Zinc. That's exactly what it sounds like, a scheme to market zinc supplements as an acne medication. B, Man's Best Friend, an early erectile dysfunction drug that contained near toxic amounts of artificial testosterone. Or C, Home Run Derby Bubble Gum, chewing gum just like the big leaguers chew, with low levels of anabolic steroids, just like the big leaguers use.
Man, I think using, crazy glue in a wood-burning kit, zap your zits with zinc. Yeah, I think zinc. Yeah, I'm gonna say that. Zap your zits. You can't say it.
I just want to say this before I give you the right answer. I want your mind. I want to be able to just feel my way in the way that you have to the truth, because you're right. It was Zap Your Zits with zinc. I'm sorry. What was that about crazy glue? What?
And a wood-burning kit.
Wood-burning kit?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, well, then it must be the right answer. And like, it worked for you, but how did that work? What was that about?
We had this girl at my school, that's what she would use, she said crazy glue on them would make them go away, and we just looked like idiots, my brother and I. She was pretty, and we did what she told us.
Of course you did.
What was the wood-burning kit for?
Some of the really bad ones.
Well, that girl must have been gorgeous, man. That's all I gotta say. No, it was Zap Your Zits with Zinc. Conti wrote a scientific paper extolling the benefits of zinc on the skin after one of his customers, an Olympic swimmer, said that after using the supplements, his acne disappeared. Unfortunately for Conti, the idea did not catch on. So,
because it was at the end of the counter with all the Z products.
Yeah, exactly. People just do it alphabetically. It occurs to me, it's a shame you didn't have that crazy glue when the spider came in. You could have sent the guy home happy. Yeah. Well, apparently what happened was Conti, a lot of his herbal and supplements like that didn't work, so he decided to start selling far more effective medications. Carl, how did Kevin Fitzgerald do on our quiz?
He was amazing, Peter. 3 correct answers, so Kevin wins for Charlie and Regina Bruce. Congratulations.
Well done. Well done. That was like Zen mastery. That was crazy.
It was unbelievable.
Colorado's own Kevin Fitzgerald, veterinarian, is the star of Animal Planet's Emergency Vet Interns, and of course a one-time rock and roll bouncer. Kevin Fitzgerald, thank you for joining us. It was great fun. Thank you for being here. Well done.
That's why I like him. I don't like him. Nobody young, don't have anything going on like me.
When we come back, it's a feline-themed Bluff the Listener game. We'll be back in a minute with more of Wait, Don't Tell Me from NPR.
I'm Glenn Washington, the host and executive producer of Snap Judgment, and we're bringing Snap Judgment live to Louisville for the first time ever, Sunday, October 28th. Join me at the Brown Theater for an evening of dramatic tales, killer beats, and the edgiest new talent in storytelling. For tickets and info, check out KentuckyCenter.org.
Good morning. You're listening to Wait, Don't Tell Me on 89.3 WFPL Louisville. I'm Jill Fox. Thanks for tuning in today. Support today comes from contributing listeners and from Quest Outdoors, born in Louisville in 1983, hosting their 35th annual end of summer event at the store today, featuring sportswear and footwear from Osprey, Patagonia, Mystery Ranch, and others. Quest Outdoors at the Shelbyville Road Plaza. Outdoor adventures begin here. Stay tuned for more Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me coming up on 89.3 WFPL. You can listen online at WFPL.org.
Support for NPR comes from this station and from Visit St. Pete Clearwater, home of 35 miles of white sand beaches and a daily sunset celebration on Clearwater Beach's Pier 60, 90 minutes west of Orlando, at visitstpeteclearwater.com. Sierra Nevada Brewing Company, family owned, operated, and argued over since 1980. Proud supporter of independent thought, whether that's online, over the air, or in a bottle. More at sierranevada.com. And Home Advisor, matching homeowners with home improvement professionals for a variety of home projects from minor repairs to major remodels. Homeowners can read reviews of local pros and book appointments online at homeadvisor.com. From NPR and WBEZ Chicago, this is Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me, the NPR News Quiz. I'm Bill Curtis, and here is your host at the Chase Bank Auditorium in Chicago, Illinois, Peter Sagal.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you so much, everybody. This is our all-animal edition of Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me.
Translated into cat, that would be...
And we do hope that cats are listening, because a short while ago with special guest panelist Rosie Perez, we featured a Bluff the Listener game about cats.
Hi, this is Andy Trace from Hickory, North Carolina.
Hey, how are things in Hickory, North Carolina?
They are great. They're wonderful, and I can't complain.
Now, what do you do there in Hickory?
I am a truck driver, I am a disc golf player, and I'm a father of 4 cats with my wife.
Wait, well...
Did you just say father of 4 cats?
I'm the only person I know who's test.
You know what? They were right. We have gay marriage now. Everything's gone to hell. People are having cats. Wow, this is terrible. Andy, it is nice to have you with us. You're going to play the game in which you must try to tell truth from fiction. Bill, what is Andy's topic?
Here, kitty, kitty.
We talk a lot in the news about man bites dog, but when do the cats make the headlines? This week, our panelists are going to read you 3 stories of felines in the news. Guess the real story, and you'll win scorekeeper emeritus Carl Castle's voice on your very own voicemail. Are you ready to play?
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's do it. Let's hear from Amy Dickinson first.
Cat lovers know there are times, special times, when the friskies just go down wrong and your kitty produces explosive nuclear poo. And that's why we rely on clumping kitty litter. It turns out the industry controlling actual nuclear waste, not the stuff produced by my tabby Chester, has been using kitty litter for years to stabilize and store toxic sludge. Because they just can't pretend to ignore the smell or blame the dog the way we do. Contractors at Los Alamos made the big switch recently from clay-based litter to the organic green kind, and like so many well-intentioned ideas, this one blew up, literally in a mini mushroom cloud of blame. Turns out, while the organic litter might make the technicians feel greener and more virtuous, it does a terrible job of stabilizing nuclear waste. The drums almost immediately started leaking radioactive goo. Their frightening solution falls into the "it's so stupid it might just work" category. They're storing the drums now inside bigger drums. What could possibly go wrong?
A nuclear meltdown. These leaking nuclear waste caused by the wrong kitty litter. Your next story of extreme cattiness comes from Rosie Perez.
New Yorker Jonas Elfin, a top venture capitalist on the Upper West Side and proud male cat lady, hated coming home to cat litter strewed throughout his 5th Avenue high-rise. He especially hated how his 2 Siamese cats, Ba Lin and Jackie Chan Ling, kept getting getting kitty litter stuck in between their toes. Knowing that his beloved felines hated water and would freak out every time he dug into their little paws, he was perplexed. Then, one stormy night, while sipping a glass of Malbec, as Ling and Chan were enjoying their catnip, Ling jumped up on Jonas and rolled over on her back, paws up. Taking advantage of the situation, Jonas grabbed a Q-tip and some wet ones and figured out a way to give Ling a waterless pedicure. He was elated, but felt that something was missing. What his cats needed was a nice color of nail polish to complete the look. The following day, Jonas called up his good friend, Essie Weingarten, president and founder of Essie Nail Polish. She loved the idea of a catnip pedicure. This summer, they will open 6 cat salons across the city, offering pedicures in 10 toxic-free colors, including perfect pink, commonly calico, and litter box lemon.
Cats in Manhattan getting a mani-pedi, or I guess since they're cats, a pedi. Your last story of cats in the news comes from Mr. Adam Felber.
Remember Smudge, the hero cat who was caught on video saving his toddler friend from a vicious dog a couple of weeks ago? Of course you do. More than 130 million people watched it on YouTube. Well, the happy story has kind of a sour coda, because in addition to being a hero, it now turns out that Smudge is a huge racist. It seemed just random when Smudge and his family made an appearance on the Today Show. Smudge was happy to be stroked by Matt Lauer and Savannah Guthrie, but started hissing and clawing whenever Al Roker tried to get close. But it wasn't random. Smudge wasn't just rokist. He was full-on racist. In appearance after appearance since, Smudge has consistently bristled and spat at blacks, Latinos, and even his local Bakersfield news anchor who is Asian. Quote, "We're mortified," said Smudge's owner, Allegra Brandano. "We are an inclusive, loving, tolerant family. We don't know where Smudge learned this stuff, but it wasn't here." Embarrassed, the Brandanos were forced to put Smudge up for adoption. But the good news is that he was immediately adopted by Donald Sterling.
Here then are your choices of cats in the news. Was it from Amy Dickinson, how the wrong cat litter led to a nuclear meltdown at a nuclear waste facility? From Rosie Perez, how somebody annoyed with cat litter on his floor came up with a business for cat manicures, pedicures, and other salon services in New York. Or from Adam Felber, how the hero cat of YouTube turns out to be an unreconstructed racist.
Let's go with the nuclear meltdown.
You're going to go for the nuclear meltdown. That would be Amy's story. Well, we spoke to somebody familiar with this story.
The Zorbit, which usually adds inorganic kitty litter, and they added organic kitty litter for whatever reason, but the wrong reason chemically.
That was Jim Conca. He's a geochemist who has spent decades in the nuclear waste business explaining why organic kitty litter just wouldn't work the way the normal stuff does. Congratulations, Andy. You got it right. You earned a point for Amy Dickinson. You've won our prize. Carl Castle will record the greeting on your home answering device, whatever it may be. Congratulations, Andy.
Thank you, Chicago. I love you.
Thank you for playing with us today. We love you too. Bye-bye. And now the game where somebody interesting answers questions about things that they themselves are not that much interested in. It's called Not My Job. Rick Schwartz is the official animal ambassador for the world-famous San Diego Zoo, and because he is an ambassador, he has diplomatic immunity. If he commits a crime on our show, we can only hand him back to the orangutans for punishment there. Rick Schwartz, welcome to Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me.
Well, thank you for having me.
Now, I should say for the audience listening at home, safely at home, far from here, you are not alone. Can you tell us who you brought with you?
I brought a very beautiful 7-foot red-tailed boa constrictor. Her name is May, and she gets that name because she may or may not bite. I showed up with a few other snakes, but this is the only one I could find backstage.
Oh, okay.
So, if you see one...
Yes, it's a little hard to talk, because the snake seems to want to get away. The snake seems to be...
She's just checking things out, you know, I mean, right now she's just kind of checking out her environment. So it's not that she wants to get away, so she's like, hey, I'm feeling warm, her metabolism's up, I want to check things out.
That really bores me. What I'm interested in is... No, because I'm really focused on one thing.
What's that?
Is she hungry?
She is not hungry.
Yeah.
And if she was, she'd be looking for a rodent, because that's what she eats. We feed her mice and rats. And so you do not hopefully smell like a mouse or a rat. So therefore, even if she was hungry, she'd have no interest in you whatsoever.
What if you're completely wrong? What if she just decides to wrap her body around your arm and eat Peter?
That's not how it works. That's not how it works. Luckily, we know we've been able to observe snakes long enough. We know how it works. She's going to wrap her body around me really tight. It'd be me she's trying to eat, not Peter.
So your last words might be Wikipedia was wrong.
Right.
I note that we're sitting here and calling this enormous snake she.
Yeah.
I cannot see any obvious indications of its sex. It does not seem, for example, very empathetic.
Right. She likes to get hugs. She likes to get hugs.
I'm sure she does.
Yeah.
How can you tell if this enormous snake is a girl?
Well, it's not uncommon, actually, at the zoo. We have many species that the males and females look alike. And so it takes some time, and then you basically have to wait and see which bathroom they go into. So, I mean, it's...
Yeah.
They're pretty honest about it.
I, by the way, want to congratulate the San Diego Zoo on being so much more progressive than human parents by not putting a headband with a flower on it so that everyone knows.
Well, admittedly, I did try to put a little bow, but
she didn't take it.
Well, since I want to talk to you about the zoo and your career in it, and I can't in a state of abject terror, maybe we should let your snake have a little rest, and then we'll come back and talk to you.
Who wants to hold this story? All right, let me put this one back. Hopefully we'll find the other 4 that we misplaced.
So here you've come up with another less scary animal. Can you tell me about this one?
Well, this is Rio, and Rio is a double. Yes, he agrees. He is a double yellow-headed Amazon parrot. He's about 22 years old, and he and I have been working together now for probably 13 years. It was kind of fun. When I first walked in my very first day on the job, he flared up, got all excited, put out his tail feathers, and started talking and screaming and whistling. And just because I know bird behavior, I knew that in his mind I was his long-lost mate.
So basically, you met this parrot 13 years ago. Mm-hmm. He said, "You're mine, you're my mate."
Right.
And you've been leading him on.
Yes.
You go home to your family, he thinks you're like on some sort of business trip.
Right, exactly. I'll text him, I'm at the Holiday Inn, the service.
Oh, yeah, it's terrible here. I wish I was home with you.
The flight was late again.
What did you start out as there?
A part-time keeper.
So when you walk in as the new guy, just a keeper, and Rio just locks onto you, how did the existing ambassador feel? There's this new guy moving in on my bird.
There were some people in the department that were a little offended by
you ruffled some feathers?
You might say that. Yeah.
Had to be said.
Yeah. Can I ask Rio a question?
You could, but he probably won't answer unless it is, can you say hello?
I'll try that.
Okay.
Rio, can you say hello?
Can you say hello? There it is.
Does he say anything other than hello?
Yes, he does.
Will you get him to talk?
He says a lot.
What was that?
He likes to agree with me when I talk, so sometimes I'll be in the middle of a presentation, he'll go, yeah. So he's got a great sense of humor. He does a lot of stuff on his own. The only things we have on cue, though, are the hello, the whistle, and the cell phone. And outside of that,
cell phone? You can do a cell phone nice? Let's see.
Can you say hello? Where's your whistle? Cell phone? Cell phone? Good job. Wow.
Well, Rick Schwartz, we've invited you here to play a game that this time we're calling Zumba. You work at a zoo. What do you know about Zumba, that Latin music-inspired exercise craze that has swept the nation and then receded and probably been replaced by something else by now? Answer 3 questions about Zumba, and you'll win our prize. One of our listeners, Carl's voice in their voicemail. Carl, who is Rick Schwartz playing for?
He's playing for Jack Raymond of Escondido, California.
Now, not far from here. Now, as a special dispensation, we will allow you to ask Rio for help.
Oh, good.
Rio can help you out. Is he good at quizzes?
No. But, we're a good team. We'll figure this out. Right, buddy? We got this? Yeah, I know.
first question for you and Rio about Zumba. Zumba consists of a series of moves, exercise moves set to Latin or Caribbean music. Which of these is a real Zumba step? A, the Montezumba's Revenge. B, the Booty Circle. Or C, the Humpy Humpy Hippo.
I've actually seen a Humpy Humpy Hippo. Wasn't the dance move?
No.
What was Booty Circle?
You're right. Booty Circle. Make a circle.
Right on, Rio! Yeah, good boy.
Very good. Here's your next question. There are, as in any form of exercise, many variations. Which of these is a real style of Zumba? A, kosher Zumba, which is a variant for Orthodox Jews with sex-segregated classes and dirty lyrics edited out of all the songs. B, country Zumba, in which you dance to Garth Brooks songs in the bed of a pickup truck. Or C, classical Zumba, in which you sit there for a while and then nod off.
That's just me. Wow. Let's see. I'm going to go with the kosher one. That seems...
The kosher Zumba?
Yeah, I think that seems almost realistic enough, whereas dancing in a pickup truck, not so much, and it seems counterproductive to nod off in a Zumba class.
That's true. You would be right. It was, in fact, kosher Zumba.
Really?
It's kosher Zumba, it's called.
Why would you call it kosher Zumba when you could call it Jumba? It's probably copyrighted, so... Man, that's a missed opportunity.
All right, let's see if we can go for perfect. Maybe we should just have Rio answer this. Okay.
Okay, Rio.
One of the most successful Zumba teachers ever was Alexis Wright of Maine. She made over $150,000 in 1 year. How did she bring in all that cash? A, she taught self-defense Zumba, which taught people to disable attackers with their hips. B, she happens to be a dead ringer for actress Scarlett Johansson, so her classes were known as Skojumba. Or C, she was a prostitute.
Let's go with self-defense with the hips.
That would be fun. No, it was actually prostitution. Of the case of the famous Zumba teacher prostitute.
No.
It was the scandal of Kennebunk. Oh, Carl, how did Rick do on our quiz?
2 correct answers, Peter. That's good enough to win for Jack Raymond. Hey, Jack.
Rick Schwartz is an ambassador for the San Diego Zoo. Rio! Rick Schwartz and Rio, thank you so much for joining us. Oh, wait, don't tell me. Rick Schwartz and Rio, everybody. That does it for this all-animal edition of Wait, Wait. Support for NPR comes from NPR stations and from Lumber Liquidators, a proud sponsor of NPR, offering more than 400 styles, including hardwood, bamboo, laminate, and vinyl, with flooring specialists in hundreds of stores nationwide. More at lumberliquidators.com or 1-800-HARDWOOD. Progressive Insurance, offering a way to buy home insurance with their Home Quote Explorer tool. Custom quotes and rates are available online. Learn more at progressive.com.
I had some conduit. You know what? There is some conduit here. And those rooms. There's that room that has him sitting there, and there's that room that has him sitting there. doesn't mean you just over that far. Look at that. Either in his corner or mine. His corner being the corner. So that pimple that way. Rather pimples. I wish we could do that. But the hardest part of it all is being motivated. I'm always up in that school doing something. It's not like it no more. It used to be like that. Man, I wish I had those cabinets. I need those cabinets bad. Then you could, but just remember it's a fucking disaster. Should have put back here in China. I know. What I'm saying. Get good. What about man up to you guys?
media.
Sign up for our email newsletters and connect with us on social media. Visit LouisvillePublicMedia.org/connect for details.
This is Ask Me Another, NPR's hour of puzzles, word games, and trivia. I'm Jonathan Colton, here with puzzle guru Art Chung. Now here's your host, Ophira Eisenberg.
Thanks, Jonathan. It's time to bring out our special guest. She's a Grammy nominee and Tony Award winner for Hedwig and the Angry Inch. Please welcome Lena Hall. Hi. Hi, Lena. So welcome to Ask Me Another.
Thank you.
You come from a long line of performers and artists.
I do. 7 generations back in the Philippines. My father's great, whatever. Far back, 7 generations, was like a dancer and singers. There's one of my great aunt was a horror film actress, but she was like the monsters, you know?
Really?
Yeah, they're opera singer, a magician, a hypnotist, a painter.
Is that your grandfather was a magician and hypnotist?
Yes.
He immigrated to the States.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Your parents are dancers?
Yes, my father, choreographer, he had his own company, and my mother was his prima ballerina.
I know.
Yes.
And you were a dancer for very many years.
Very many years, starting at the age of 0. Yeah. I came out of the womb dancing. My mom, she actually took ballet class and danced until I was born. So she said that usually in the mornings while she was pregnant with me, before class, she would have like hot, spicy chili because I was a spicy baby.
You were spicy. That's what you wanted.
Yeah.
That's what you wanted.
Exactly.
So you have this dance background and performance background, but what drew you to go the musical theater route?
Well, my sister, she was into singing, and she's 5 years older than me, and I always wanted to be just like my sister. And then my sister joined a young people's teen musical theater company in San Francisco. They were looking for dancers for West Side Story, so I auditioned and was in West Side Story as a shark.
Yeah,
of course, because I am Spanish. I'm Spanish Filipino. My real name is Celina Consuela Gabriela Carvajal, which is interesting and very
beautiful.
Fun, yeah.
But you changed it.
I changed it, yes. I found out that Carvajal is a stage name that 7 generations back was taken, and I always forget. I think Garcia is our real last name. And so I thought, well, if he changed his name and it was a stage name, my ancestors would totally understand. So I changed my name and shortened it so that it looked good on a marquee. Lena Hall.
Balanced.
I don't know, it's just balanced. Symmetrical. It sounds cool.
It does sound cool. Yeah, well done.
And, well, Lena is the nickname, and Hall is whatever.
Hall is whatever. A deep connection to that.
Yes.
Now, in 2014, you win a Tony for your role as Yitzhak in my favorite Broadway show, Hedwig and the Angry Inch. So, your audition has been called the Epic Audition.
Yeah.
Why was it an epic?
Neil Patrick Harris said it was the greatest audition ever.
Really?
Yeah. I really wanted the job, and I saw it when I was 19, when I was off Broadway at Jane Street. I was doing Cats. It changed me. It really affected me, and I listened to the cast recording nonstop. And so when I heard it was coming to Broadway, I was like, I have to be seen for this. And I was like, all right, well, it's a dude. It's not a drag king. It's like a dude, and he's like a sound engineer on stage, right? I was like, so how can I kind of purvey that in my like first audition, which is you just go in and sing a song, right? So I went in full drag, and I walked in the room, and there was John Cameron Mitchell and Stephen Trask, and I nearly had a heart attack and died. And then afterwards, they came up to me, and John was like, okay, so we're going to call you back. And I was like, whew, great. And they're like, but this time, we want you to never break character when you're in the room the whole time. I was like, okay. They're like, we're going to ask you questions, and we want you to answer as Yitzhak. I was like, okay. And I had decided that I would write a 2.5-minute monologue about my backstory being from a communist farming community in Croatia that farmed the hair from the yak for the wigs for cats on Broadway.
all comes back to cats.
Yeah, you bring it all together.
Yeah, you write what you know, right?
And this is your audition?
This is my audition.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
There's a whole monologue.
Insane, hilarious.
And I was like, my biggest thing for that whole audition was, if I have to be in this room with these people and answering questions, why am I there in the first place? I can't be me auditioning for Yitzhak to be in Hedwig and the Angry Inch. That doesn't make any sense. So Kickstarter was like a big deal. And so I was like, I'm in that room to do a Kickstarter campaign to get them to give me money to bring Rent back to Broadway. And so after I was done with my 2.5-minute monologue, which was much longer than that, by the way, I took a computer out of my bag and I opened it up and I stood right in front of them and I pressed play, and it was a 2.5-minute Kickstarter campaign video that I filmed on the streets of Manhattan in character. So the whole time, there's not a sound from anyone watching. And I was like, oh my God, I'm bombing. And the only time that anyone laughed, it was John Cameron Mitchell. He laughed once during the video, and it was like a, like, that's how he laughed.
Yeah.
And so they filmed the whole thing for Neil to watch. And then when Neil got the tape, he was like, that's the greatest audition I have ever seen. And I obviously got the job.
I mean, if you didn't get the audition, you would petition. I think they were also worried. So Yitzhak is, of course, the love interest of Hedwig.
Yeah.
So, but in addition to playing Yitzhak, you are one of the few women who also played Hedwig.
Yeah.
So what was your take on the role of Hedwig?
Well, what's interesting is that because I sat and watched every single performance, I got 4 different takes on the show. So I got Neil's take, I got Michael C. Hall's take, I got Andrew Reynolds' take, and I got John Cameron Mitchell's take. And everyone did something different. Everyone like had certain moments in the show or certain words or lines that would come out in a different way and mean something totally different. And so I was like sitting there and I had basically a whole thesis going on. Do you know what I mean? It's like I got to study the show in like such an intense way and know it backwards and forwards because each person brought something different out that I'd understand.
Yeah.
And so when it came to me doing Hedwig, it was already in my mind. It took me a week to learn the show, and like their little things were like would come in. So I was basically like the sum total of the 4 Hedwigs that I had been with.
Yeah. You were like the historian of the entire show.
Yeah. It was really cool. And no one's ever played both roles. So
right.
It's pretty cool, actually, and it made Yitzhak much more complex because now I saw both sides of the story and both arguments almost.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
One of the things that we found interesting was, of course, that you also voiced a My Little Pony character.
Yes.
I take it you're a fan since you ended your Tony Award speech with Friendship is Magic.
I was really obsessed with it while I was doing all of the interviews for the month of the Tony Awards because the season finale had aired inside of that window.
Right.
You know, and I was like super into that. I was like, oh my God, it was like rainbow explosions everywhere. It's like amazing. It's like my life. You know, that's how I was feeling at the moment. And I wanted to do a shout out to MLP, My Little Pony, but I didn't, but like, of course, my publicist at the time was just like, no, people are going to think you're crazy. I'm like, but it's important, you know?
Yeah.
So I figured out, I'll do it in like the sneakiest way possible. I'll just quote the show. No one will know except for bronies,
That's right?
Who are the older male fans of the shows. And then the Pegasisters, which I am clearly, and an older woman who is a fan of the show. They'll know, they'll get it, right? And so I did. I said, at the very end of my speech, I said, friendship is magic. And Hasbro found out. So Hasbro, they like reached out. I got a giant box of toys of MLP stuff. I was like, oh my God. Like, this is awesome, but why didn't I also say, you know, Jaguar, your best car ever? You know, like, I love Tiffany's diamonds. And they sent me like tons of stuff, and they were like, look, we were really moved by this. We're thinking of writing you a show. I was like, writing me a show? They're like, yeah, your own character. Then you'd have your own storyline and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, oh my God, are you kidding me? And then they wrote me a show, and it's the most beautiful. I couldn't have asked for a better character. I couldn't have asked for better songs. I couldn't have asked for a better storyline. I mean, I really lucked out, and I loved every minute of it.
It's fun.
Yeah.
All right, Lena, are you ready to play and Ask Me Another Challenge?
No.
Yes, you are. Fantastic. Lena Hall, everybody. I'm going to welcome back Art Chung. So, Lena, you're releasing this series of tribute albums of some of your favorite artists called Obsessed. We've created a game for you called Covered Covers. We're going to play a cover version of a song. You just have to tell us the name of the song or original artist. Okay? And if you do well enough, Ken Welty from Des Moines, Iowa will win an Ask Me Another Rubik's Cube. I know.
I don't want to mess it up.
You'll be great. If you need a hint, our puzzle guru Art Chung is standing by. All right. First up, a steel drum cover by the University of Arizona School of Music.
That's Salisbury Hill. Peter Gabriel, Salisbury Hill.
Yeah, that's right, Peter Gabriel. Salisbury Hill.
That was cute.
I know, it's cute. Peter Gabriel wanted more steel drums, so we...
He did?
No, but you can imagine. Here's a chiptune cover by Professor Shy Guy and Amanda Lepre.
Tori Amos. Cornflake Girl.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, thanks.
You kind of knew that after, like, the first sound.
Well, it reminds me so much of high school.
I know, right? Yeah. All right, this is your last clue. This is Jorge Rico on panpipes.
Yes, yes. Time on my hands will be time spent with you. That's Elton John singing. Yeah, that's...
Lena is releasing a new cover EP every month in 2018 under her Obsessed series, and will be performing Obsessed Elton John April 2nd at Pianos in New York City. Give it up for Lena Hall. Want our next special guest to play for you? Follow Ask Me Another on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Our next game is about cryptocurrencies. If you've gone on a date with a 30-something-year-old man, you've heard about his cryptocurrency portfolio. Let's meet our contestants. First up, Gail Golick on buzzer number 1. You're a 10th grade chemistry teacher. Welcome.
Thank you.
So, Gail, as a 10th grade chemistry teacher, what do you hope a 10th grader takes away from your chemistry class?
Oh, goodness. I hope that they enjoy science.
Yeah.
I hated chemistry when I was in high school, and I just really want them to enjoy it so that they can understand what's going on around outside them.
Okay, so what's one thing you do to add a little extra spark of enjoyment?
I make them jump around in the classroom and acting like solids, liquids, and gases.
Really?
Yeah.
How do they act like a gas?
You just run around and bump into things. It's really great, except there's glassware in the chemistry room, so we have to be really careful.
Okay, but that's nice. You get them up and let them be physical, and they work out their silliness.
Absolutely.
Very good. Your opponent is Britter Gunderson on buzzer number 2. You evaluate grants at a foundation for autism research. Welcome.
Happy to be here.
Britter, you love to travel, but you prioritize your travel based on climate change.
That's right.
Yeah, okay, great. So I feel like that's fun.
It is.
Okay, so where are places that you were going to places that soon might be different in the future?
Right.
Okay.
So mostly coral reefs and glaciers.
Yeah, coral reefs.
It is fun. It involves snorkeling and hiking on glaciers.
Okay, so where's the last destination that you...
So last year we actually did both of those things. We went to Palau and did a bunch of snorkeling, and we went to Iceland and saw some glaciers.
Nice. So at what point in your list does America hit?
So I've been to 47 of the 50 states, and no offense to the last 3, but I'm like not really dying to go there.
I don't even think you have to mention them. Everyone has their own mental picture of what those 3 are to them.
There you go.
Remember, Gail and Britter, the first of you who wins 2 of our games will go on to our final round. Let's go to your first game. You'll play this, that, or the other, called Tales from the Cryptocurrencies. We'll give you the name of something. You tell us which of 3 categories it belongs to. Jonathan Colton, what are our categories?
Today's categories are cryptocurrencies, such as Bitcoin, electronic music DJs, as found in DJ Magazine's Top 100 list, and published board games.
Here we go. Gail, Ethereum, cryptocurrency, DJ, or board game?
I'm going to say DJ.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. Britter, can you steal?
Cryptocurrency?
It is a cryptocurrency. It is pretty much the one that makes you feel most like you are buying nothing.
Right. Disappearing.
Yeah, Ethereum.
Yeah. Britter, Mysterium.
DJ?
No, I'm sorry, it is not a DJ. Gail, can you guess?
Is it a board game?
It is. It is a board game.
Gail, Electronium.
Cryptocurrency.
Yeah, that's right. It's a British cryptocurrency designed to handle mobile transactions and in-game purchases.
Interesting.
Electronium, I think, would be a little on the nose for an EDM DJ.
Yeah. Right. Where'd you come up with your name, Electronium? Britter, Cardano.
Board game?
No, I'm sorry, it is not a board game. Gail, do you know?
Is it a DJ?
No, it is neither board game nor DJ. It is a cryptocurrency.
Yeah. Gail, Nervo.
Is it a board game?
The most high-edge, anxiety-ridden nerve board game. No, I'm sorry, it is not. Britter, can you steal? Nervo.
DJ?
DJ, yeah. Actually, it's a pair of twins from Australia. They are thought to be the highest-paid female DJ act in the world.
They're paid in Bitcoin, however. Britter, Zendo.
Board game?
Yes, it is a board game. You said that with some degree of confidence.
I feel like I've heard of that
I feel
game.
like you've heard of it.
I've never played it,
But you will now.
Okay.
Yeah. These are your last clues. Gail, Dogecoin.
Is it a cryptocurrency?
It does have coin in the... Yeah, you nailed it. Cryptocurrency there. It's in the word.
Britter, cat dealers.
Board game?
No, I'm sorry.
I love that idea. Everyone gets 9 cats.
Seems like it should be a board game. It's not a board game. Gail, can you guess?
A DJ?
It is a DJ, that's right. It is a Brazilian DJ duo, and they are named that because they have 9 cats.
Oh, gosh.
Puzzle Guru Archung, how did our contestants do?
Well done, Gail. You're one step closer to our final round.
If you carry a 12-sided die in your pocket...
I am raging pork chop. I'm the leader of this clam. Clam me up, baby. There. Hot to booba.
I am in my element. Welcome back. I am the mightiest of the sun god. Hey, that was fantastic. Can we be friends? I'm brighter than you. Yahoo! Sorry. Good luck. Have fun.
Fucking Asian shitbag. Oh man, I miss being there. She always had candy in there. Something like temperance would be something like that. I'm hot head as fuck. Hot head. That's your first ban? People will put that in. They suck at the game. What is if now? Salt? No.
Barren sound.
Baron Seaman. Baron Seaman.
I will be your Shogun. Follow me or be me or
How to deal with Samators.
So many katanas to choose from. Do not underestimate my age, or you will be sorry. This Naginata is an extension of my soul. Okay. Yeah. You're almost as dull as your blade. I will be swift. You have not yet the right to fight me. Do not underestimate my age, or you will be sorry. Honor me or die. You're almost as dull as your blade. You have not yet the right to fight me. Do not underestimate my age, or I be sorry. Other than myself,
Secretary.
you're almost as dull as your blade.
slain. You been slain. Way to let a buddy down. No problem.
Okay, on my way.
Honor me or die.
Retreat! Surprise! An ally has been
Almost as dull as you played. You have not yet earned the right to fight me.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Greetings. Without too much trouble. Congratulations on your epic flame. I am definitely not the last of my kind. So many katanas to prove that why I am excellent. A test of me more in the air of my
An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Retreat! Retreat! Fear my double-edged blade.
Pocket sand.
This Nagilata is an extension of my soul.
Story. Naginata.
Congratulations on your epic name.
Killing spree! None left standing.
Okay. On my way. Yeah!
There's so many creative ways and reasons to dispose people around
Who do you think you are?